You have entered the Plumbing Business Success Zone, teaching entrepreneurs the business of plumbing. This is Potty Talk Live, recorded live on Facebook every week. Type 5 in the comments to subscribe to the show. And now your host, Richard Behney, the $1 Million Plumber.
Hey, plumbing pros, how you doing? Welcome to the 199th episode of Potty Talk Live. Hey, we got a great Cool Cat edition for you. In fact, we got a real cool cat in. I've been looking forward to this program. I love all the programs, but I got to admit, I do have my favorites. But today we have this cool cat. We have Bill Strang. He's the CEO of TOTO USA, and this guy, he's definitely a cool cat. Of course, I got a man crush on TOTO. I love TOTO and the products, and we're going to be talking some TOTO. But what I'm really excited about and what he's going to bring, of course, we'll talk some TOTO, all right? But we had a great conversation. The lovely Laura's in with me here today. Hey, baby. Remember, we talked, he gave us he spoke like another half hour, 45 minutes. He really has a heart for after the last show, has a heart for small plumbing businesses, okay, and really has a heart there, and you can feel the heart. And so he worked at coming back on. He wanted him, and this guy's busy. I mean, he's the CEO.
Busy guy. Well, and technology is so much better this time. We had a little struggle in the beginning.
We were struggling, right?
Yeah,
we had a problem on our end of things here, but we got taken care of. He gave us some grace here, and he's back, and so he'll be on here very, very shortly here. Okay, so stick around. There's going to be some nuggets of gold there. All right. Hey, great to have you here. Hey, if you're watching live, type live in the comments. Let us know you're here.
Yes,
all right. Yeah, this is going to be fun watching live. If you're catching on the replay, type replay. Let us know you're watching on the replay. And if you're listening to the podcast, you know what to do. Just keep on listening. Yeah, all right. Hey, and you never want to miss an episode of Potty Talk Live, especially like today's.
Like today.
Okay. You can come be part of the live social audience. All right. And to do that, simply type 5. Okay. Type 5 to subscribe to Potty Talk Live. Or what?
I'm BJ, and this is my wife, Christy, and we're the owners of Plumbing Specialists here in Amarillo, Texas.
We watch Potty Talk Live every day, because if we don't, you're gonna die.
That's right.
That's some Texans for you, right?
All right, the Republic of Texas. All right, I guess they have
Don't mess with Texas.
Don't mess with Texas. That's the truth. There we go. All right, there's a plumbing power couple getting it done.
Yep.
Out of Amarillo by morning. All right. Down in Amarillo, Texas, okay? Reminding us to type 5 to subscribe to Potty Talk Live, or you're going to die. Hey, do something there. Put a video together like that. Something fun. Let us know who you are, the name of your plumbing business, where you're from, and, watch Potty Talk Live, or you going to die. Something fun, all right? With your kids, the dogs, whatever, okay? The guns, okay? All right, and send it on in, and we'll show it. You'll also be entered into the mega $100 gift card drawing. All right, don't want to miss that. That'll buy some lunch. Okay. All right. Hey, you're joining us here. We're in Middle America. We did a little whistle stop here in LaGrange, Kentucky.
Nice.
All right, here on the corner of Main and First. All right, the train went by a little while ago, went through town. We may see another one go through town here. Okay, so there we are. It kind of looks like a pretty day here.
Yeah.
All right,
It wasn't a very long plane ride, right?
No, we were up in the G5 and back down. As soon as we got up, we were down. Okay. All right. Hey, I got something for you here. Right before Bill gets on here.
Okay.
Hey, I got a free gift for you for just joining us here today. Simply type free in the comments, or you can go to themilliondollarplumber.com/free and get my free e-course there. All right. It's the $1 Million Plumber Playbook. Everything you need to know. All the right moves you got to make to have a successful plumbing business. But we're going to find out here from the man himself. We're going to get some nuggets of gold here of what it takes to have a successful plumbing business. Please welcome Mr. Bill Strang, CEO of TOTO USA.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. Welcome.
How's it going, guys?
Hey, it's great having you on. Good seeing you.
Good seeing you as well. So
All right.
happy to have the opportunity to be on Potty Talk, and I was hoping to be on the number 200 show, but I'll find it right.
Look, all right. All right. Well, we're glad to have you here. All right. Appreciate you taking the time and having you on board here. So, hey, as I mentioned before, we're going to talk some TOTO, because I love TOTO. I admit it, and I have no problem admitting that I'm a big fan of TOTO. And we want to talk, what has TOTO, has on store here coming up. But what I really was looking forward to. I really loved our conversation. At the end of our last Potty Talk Live, when we were off,
Right.
I just really loved what you had to say about business and I felt your heart for plumbing business owners. But that's what. So I really want to kind of drill you on that. I want to see if we can't get some gold out of you. Well, I know we'll get some gold, but I want to talk about that. But what's going on with TOTO? Anything new or anything that you can share? Give us some inside scoops.
Richard, it's interesting. We've been in the U.S. market now for about 30 years and have brought to the marketplace what we believe to be some rather clever and innovative toilets and toilet products like the wash bidet toilet seat. And by the way, if you've never sat on one of those toilet seats and had a chance to not only have a heated seat, but the opportunity to have a bidet rinse you off with an oscillating or pulsating spray, it is muy bueno.
Right. It is a nice experience.
Absolutely. But what's really exciting is that we're seeing the opportunity for toilets to become really an important part of the conversation for today's marketplace, today's world. And today, what I get excited about is we're not only introducing products that bring water conservation into the marketplace and into the home, but we're also bringing, do you actually realize that we actually measure the carbon footprint of a toilet? We measure that and quantify it to reduce the overall carbon footprint. It sounds kind of crazy, right?
Right, yeah. That's amazing. Well, that doesn't surprise me because, there's that interest. That's where, we have that interest today, right? And that's a concern now in our society, right?
Exactly. And so what becomes really important for me is we're seeing more and more consumers today becoming aspirational consumers. Now, when TOTO first came to the U.S. marketplace 30 years ago, and we introduced our toilet, that was back in the day when the EPAC law came into effect. And we were looking at understanding that the 3.5 or 5 gallon toilets were being reduced down to 1.6.
Right. That was huge.
That was a huge challenge on our industry. Right. And a lot of plumbers got disappointed. They got really, frankly, given products that didn't work well. Well, we were fortunate enough to bring products to the market that worked pretty well, right?
Well, that's when I have to admit, that's when I fell in love with TOTO. I fell in love with TOTO, right? Was that because there was other manufacturers that basically just put like a little a tube in the back of the tank to cut down on the water, but they didn't re-engineer the tank. Where TOTO was the first to come out and actually re-engineer the whole process of the siphoning action, the way the toilet operated with 1.6 gallons.
Absolutely.
Right.
And frankly speaking, to be successful, when you're putting 5 gallons or 3.5 gallons of water into a toilet, you're going to push just about everything that you have in that toilet down. And to introduce a water conservation toilet, you've got to not only design a different tank, but a different fill valve, a different flush valve, and frankly speaking, the whole trapway, the way that the siphon jet works, the way that the bowl is configured, all of that plays a role in success. And honestly speaking, when TOTO first came to the marketplace 30 years ago, we would not have had success in growing our presence in the U.S. market without the advocacy and the loyalty that we had from our plumbing advocates, our plumbing sources out there. The plumbers were our best storytellers. And back in that day, this was way back before this product came into the marketplace, right? That Apple device, that iPhone, has only been in the marketplace for 11 years. So before that, if you wanted to have feedback on what was important for the industry and what was working, you asked a plumber. Today, not only do you ask the plumber, but you also have a whole host of cohorts who are leaving reviews on websites and Yelp and Instagram and everywhere else to talk about the experience.
Right.
And so we fell in love with the plumber in the early days because they became the storyteller for TOTO. And when we were able to give them a product that, and then frankly speaking, if you want to put a plumber and get them really cranky, give them a product that's not going to work well. They install it and have to go back for a call back because now that plumber is going to dog cuss you for the rest of their career.
Amen, brother.
Our effort is to make sure that when we give a product to the plumber, that they're going to put it in and that consumer is going to be satisfied with that solution. Right.
And because we learned, and that's what I loved about TOTO was, and it's what we discuss here on Potty Talk Live, and of course, the $1 Million Plumber and our coaching and all that kind of stuff was we learned that it ain't about plumbing. It's about the consumer's life. It's about our customer's life, and how can we make their day? How can we give their day back? And so not only is their toilet not functioning properly, it's leaking or doing whatever, but also they're just wanting the thing to be able to flush and take everything away and not have to worry about it.
Right.
And so that's through that period of time when we got that, reduced, the EPA laws came through or whatever, and those other manufacturers were just kind of putting, tubes in there, and they just weren't working and flushing properly. I was scrambling because I knew I needed to serve what I call Mrs. Jones. My customer, I had to give him a product that worked, and that's when I discovered, TOTO that actually could work. And so it was it was an easy sell, to be able to give my customer something that worked, but then it also made me look good. And so I was proud with TOTO because TOTO made me look good, and so that's why I'm a raving TOTO fan.
Oh, well, and we had, do you remember that? I think we told this story last time, the customer that bought one.
Well, and
What?
Oh, go ahead, Bill.
what did Laura say?
Well, we're telling the customer with the
My mic was off. Yeah, well, we had a customer that bought one TOTO toilet. Husband loved it so much that she bought, was it 5, 6 more? I can't remember, for their house, and
Large.
put big red bows on them for his birthday.
and so.
Yes, they
No kidding.
huge TOTO fans. Yes.
So as we talk about, I know we kind of, it's. I imagine you're more comfortable with it. It seems kind of, we just talked about the bidet seat, and there is this kind of this feeling, it feels weird talking about those kinds of things. But we're looking to give our customers an experience, and that's one thing I love about TOTO is that TOTO provides an experience. I mean, we're just going to the bathroom or washing our hands or doing whatever. But if we can make this, in the world we live in today, our consumers are looking for experiences as well as the fix, and.
Well, and that's right. And, back in the day, like 30 years ago, when that plumber was our advocate, that customer experience was called the customer experience. Today, we have all kinds of acronyms for it, the UX, right? It's that experience that is going on in the sort of e-commerce channel or on social media or social networks. Mm-hmm. And so what's really important now is, it doesn't matter what you call it, whether you call it UX or customer experience, it's how you as an individual take care of that customer who has given their trust to you to bring them a solution. And if you disappoint them, maybe you only get one chance and they'll go away and never come back to you again. Mm-hmm. Now, in our business, our products, they last a long time, and we want to make sure that that customer, when they get that experience, they're delighted every single time. And that's key and fundamental to the success that you want to have in the marketplace. If you're not moving forward with an understanding that I am taking care of you, my customer, then you're going to be unsuccessful in the marketplace.
Huge nugget there, guys. Can you repeat that again, please,
that was
Bill?
A good one.
That if I.
Well, and so if it's as I think about the customer experience, it is my opportunity to engage directly with that customer, face to face, person to person, to resolve their issue. Now, lots of folks are talking today about how e-commerce is taking away market share and doing all kinds of impacts. Yeah, e-commerce is out there, but I'll tell you what, the e-commerce doesn't give you that emotional quotient, the EQ. The emotional quotient is your personal relationship with that consumer just down the street. And if you can get them to appreciate you, you are the solution provider. Yes, you can buy a product. And yes, maybe you can look on, various sites and find Tackle or a Home Task and find, TaskRabbit, find a place where you're going to find a plumber. But I tell you what, you need to have an opportunity. Each plumber, each of us as service providers and product providers need to make sure that we understand that consumer's experience and reach out and touch them and let them know that we are here to take care of you. Doesn't matter what your issue is. If it revolves around plumbing, I'm your guy. I'm Bill. I'll take care of you.
Maybe guys, see, guys, we talk about it. Bill, I love how you put it. I don't want to embarrass you, but here's a guy, that's running, a multi-$100 million company. It's probably larger than what I know. I know it's $1 billion company, TOTO itself or whatever. And so see how, but yet what we're talking about in the customer level, it's all the same. It's that basic. It's serving that customer. And that's what you need to do. It's not just fixing that problem, but serving that customer. And we touched on, right before we came on, we were kind of just talking very quickly, and we mentioned how, even today, what we mentioned on is conservation. And today's customer, a lot are very concerned with conservation. And I admit that as a plumber, I'm not so worried about that. I mean, that's not in the forefront of my mind. But yet, if I'm truly going to serve that customer, I really need to understand that and be able to provide a product and serve that customer with that state of mind as well. Can you speak further on that? Can you?
Yeah, absolutely. And some people may ask us, why do you measure the carbon content? I mean, not only do we measure, so for example, when we actually put together this methodology to use the measurement of carbon content, now there's all kinds of conversation about carbon content, climate change and all that, but I mean, end of the day, carbon is a consumption of a resource. If you're consuming carbon, you're consuming a resource. If you're consuming a resource, it's costing you money, right? And so we want to make sure that when we put a carbon content together, actually measuring the life cycle assessment carbon footprint of a toilet, that we're actually able to then bring to that consumer an understanding of that we are able to measure and quantify that. So much so that we even measure the embedded energy content in a gallon of water. So we know for every gallon of water that's consumed, how much energy is actually used to move that water from the aquifer to the consumer, clean it, pump it, treat it, get it to you, you drink it, you go to the bathroom, pump it, treat it, clean it, put it back into the aquifer. We've measured that. And as a result of that, we've incrementally drawn down our content.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
And
Think about that next time you're going to the restaurant.
Going to the back.
That's amazing.
I mean, but to truly serve our customer, guys, we need to know that that's the service.
Definitely.
Okay, that's serving our customer and be able to speak and provide that option to the customer. Okay, because our customers are concerned about those kinds of things. Yep. And so, and Bill, we talk about this all the time about providing options. That's how we serve our customers, truly providing them options. So we have to let them know that they have that option. To be able to conserve in that manner and what products do that kind of a thing. So, man, that is great stuff there.
That is awesome.
So we love TOTO. But Bill, I kind of want to poke at you or kind of rake out of you some. Look, we're all small business owners, and as I mentioned before, I loved our conversation after the program last time, and just your heart for small business owners. Would you please share just some of what we talked about before, and just how you see TOTO and you and just serving small business owners?
Absolutely, and Richard, it's really interesting because as I mentioned before, we've been in the market for 30 years, and again, this device right here, this little Apple phone, has only been around for 11 years. Yeah. But what's really important is this. It used to be back in the day, 30 years ago, you put a magnetic sticker on your window of your car or truck. You put a stencil on the back of your white van. You were in the plumbing business, right?
Right.
You just had some tools. You're able to get work done. You understand how to do the work. Today, it's beyond just that. You have got, in my opinion, to be successful, you've got to tell your story, not just face-to-face and one by one and with the truck driving around the neighborhood, but you've got to have a web presence. You've got to have a presence that's a little bit in the social media, some Facebook, local places like Next Door Neighbor. That next door is really important as an advocacy for you to be on that site to tell your story. And if your website doesn't need to be really high and slick and highly produced, but please put on your website the stories and the statements made by your customers, how they appreciated you coming in at 11 o'clock at night to fix that problem when the baby was sick and the toilet got plugged. They were appreciative of your ability to deliver them a solution where they had a problem with the crawl space and you actually got in there and resolved that issue for them. You were able to come and bring a product that provided them a solution and an improvement in their life and put it on your website in their words. Have them actually put their name. This is from Tom, and you helped me out. By God, thank you, Bill. Thanks for helping me out. That is so powerful to tell that story for others who come to look for you. Because frankly speaking, on that Apple phone, that iPhone, they're going to be looking up and finding service providers on the internet. Sometimes even when they're sitting on the toilet. And
That's
when
right.
they're doing
That's
that,
right.
we want to make sure that they're having a good experience and are seeing the true story behind your service levels for the marketplace.
That's I love, I love hearing that. Guys.
Right?
Right. Guys, you hear it. We hear it all the time. That's what we discuss here on Potty Talk Live, and and it's about the business of plumbing, and it certainly has changed. I'm an old, I'll admit, I'm an old dog, and I come from pre these days, even pre TOTO days, and so, but this has changed the world. We are now it's now a social environment. I love that you made it that simple, and that you see that, and Bill, I know you work at very high level stuff, but that it has changed so much. There was a time when you could just put your, a magnetic sticker on your truck, and you were in the plumbing business. I'm in the business. But
I think I know one particular plumbing company that started out that way.
We started out that way, but and you could do that. Today you can't do it. You can't do it that way. But the good news about that is this is easy. It's easier.
Easy.
It's easier to succeed if you'll take advantage of doing just what Bill said, is having the web presence. And I agree, it doesn't have to be overly slick, but it has to be done properly and well done.
With your
And then I love how you said about communicating your story. It's not about just showing pictures of how you fixed a thing, but that the customers, that relationship, that you saved their day, or that you were willing to do the work, or whatever.
That's right. And you think about it, I mean, we need to keep in our heart that customer's experience. We need to feel and empathize with what they're going through. Yeah, we've had a hard day. I got piped open my fingers. I cut my left finger, putting on that thread. I'm a little bit tired. But you know what? We've got a customer that if I take care of them today, they're going to not only come back to me when they have a future issue, but they're going to tell their friends about how I was able to come and help resolve their issue. And they're going to tell that story on social media.
Exactly.
They're going to tell that story not only to their friends when they go out for dinner and meet them for drinks, but they're going to also tell that on Facebook. They're going to tell it on Instagram.
Right.
They even take a picture of you. In fact, encourage them. Take a picture of me. It's dark out. I'm here helping you. Let's take a picture.
Right.
Let's take this.
I love that.
Have the opportunity to sell your service and your empathy. The ability to manage that relationship is so crucial. Because today, I think sometimes we lose sight of that emotional quotient. We lose sight sometimes we get a little bit sort of ADD and we flash through sites and we're doing things and we kind of lose that human touch. The plumber coming to your home to fix a problem, to coming to your home to not only fix a problem, but when they come, you fixed a problem for them today. In 2 years, they're going to come back to you and say, Bill, I remember you helped me out. We're getting to an age now where I need to actually modify my bathroom, remodel it to make it more capable of helping me live longer at home and help me with some sort of ADA requirements and some wider doorways and some zero entry threshold showers and a toilets that are a little bit taller. Guess what? They're going to come to you because you are their partner. You are the hero who rode in on that white van and solved their problem.
Exactly right. I love that. Right on the light. Bill, we talk about this all the time. That and I know you hear this. 'Cause I know you talk with the guys. And guys, can you hear this? This is a $1 billion company that's relational. Okay, and it's important to be relational, no matter whether you're a $1 billion company or you're a $100,000 company. Okay, you got to be relational. And so, Bill, we talk about it all the time here that you don't need to sell, because a lot of times we're so worried about selling. We've been conditioned we're selling. We don't sell, just excel at serving the customer. Right. And so what happens is just Bill, I heard you say is that you just take care, just serve the customer this one time. They are going to come back to you and say, yeah, things have changed. I need for you to do this and this and this and this. It sells itself. You don't have to just serve.
Right.
Well, and Richard, you're exactly right. And I think about it this way. If I'm a plumber, I'm not selling a toilet. I'm not selling a shower head or a faucet or fix the water pipe in your street coming from the street. When I'm selling you, when I'm bringing you, is me. I am the guy that you can trust and count on to be that support for you. Frankly speaking, anybody can buy a toilet on a whole bunch of different networks across the marketplace, from big retailers to .coms. But you can't buy that relationship. And that, I believe, is so critically important.
And there's value, guys. There's a huge nugget of gold there that Bill just laid down there. And that's huge. There's value in that relationship. That's the value right there. Love it.
I agree.
All right, man. Yeah. Oh, great stuff. There's a lot. I love it. Well, hey, Bill, I know you got to go here. And I appreciate your time so much. Thanks for taking the time. You're busy. But before you go, can you leave some kind of, give some words of wisdom or another nugget of gold, the best advice that you've ever been given or advice that you could give, certainly to a small plumbing business owner?
Well, so the best thing that I can say, and the thing that I learned early on in my life and my career, I started out as an industrial engineer, was follow your heart. Have passion for what you do. If you're in a job or in an activity that you just don't have passion for, find something else to do. Find something that makes your heart really grow and actually allows you to sell beyond just a product or a commodity. You are selling your heart and your compassion and your engagement directly with that consumer.
Love it. Good stuff there. That's huge. All right, Bill. Oh man, I really appreciate you taking the time. Love having you on here. I'll put you on the spot. Would you come back on again another time down the road here?
Sure.
Good.
How about the 300th?
All right,
we'll save the 300th.
We'll save the 300th. How about that? We'll do the 300th.
I would actually love to be not only the 300, but also the 250 and the 200.
All right. Well, thank you, brother. Hey, we'll have you on again. We'll talk some more TOTO and business. All right. Love it.
Well, Richard, thank you so much. And again, my heart is for those plumbers.
I know it is. I hear it. All right, man.
Thanks,
Appreciate
Bill.
it. Thanks, Bill.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
There we go.
Bye. Bye, Bill.
There we go. Bill Strang, CEO of TOTO USA. That's his fancy title. But as you can hear, and I can feel it. I just love the other conversations we have. There's a heart, for business, for small business owners. And look, there's a lot there, guys. Again, whether you're $1 billion plumbing business, product business, or $100,000 plumbing business. All right, it's relationships. It's there. And I loved his last nugget there. Of just doing what your heart is, and that fits right in with what you got to have to be successful with your plumbing business. Right. And we talk about it, having the right purpose. That's the heart, the right purpose. It ain't about plumbing. Right. Okay, it ain't about plumbing. The right purpose. All right, the right people. And then the right processes in place, all right, to be successful. All right, and if you're serious about being successful with your plumbing business, I got something for you. My $1 Million Plumber Success Academy. All right, you need it. And I made it easy for you. All right, you got a 14-day free trial. You can try it out for free. But hey, there we're showing what it looks like there at the academy itself.
Secret
all right, over here,
academy.
you see, you got the modules there, 12 modules. Okay.
Good job, honey.
All right, and you scroll down and see the modules here.
Here you get to build your own flat rate.
Right, or you click on one, you got the flat rate. Okay, there we got the classes with the flat rate. Just click on the videos. It's all there. Everything you need to know to grow, all right, manage a successful plumbing business. So check it out. Right now, you can get it for 14 days free. Check it out. Simply type success in the comments or go to themilliondollarplumber.com/success to grab your free 14-day trial. Okay. 14. So there you have it. All right, loved it. Great stuff there. Hey, go back and listen again. Listen in between his words, okay? That's a lot of experience, okay?
Lots of nuggets.
Lots of nuggets in there. And it works. The business works the same way. Again, whether you're a $1 billion business or, $100,000 plumbing business, okay? Starting out, okay? You're starting out. It all works the same way. And it comes down to serving that customer. Right. So there you have it. Okay. All right. I think it's about time to flush this episode of Potty Talk Live.
There we go.
There we go. All right. Hey, reminder, grab, also got something else free for you. Simply type free in the comments or go to themilliondollarplumber.com/free to grab my free playbook. All right. Some free stuff there for you. You can check it out there. But before I let you go, as always, I want to remind you that you were purposely and wonderfully created, and you were created to do great things. So as always, plumb like a champion.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning into Potty Talk Live with Richard Behney, the $1 Million Plumber. If you enjoyed this show, share it now. To catch past episodes and get alerts for new episodes, type 5 in the comment section now.
Just do it.
And join us again for more tips, techniques, and strategies to help you grow your plumbing business.